5 years had passed. Taehyung never stopped searching. Every street, every alley, every familiar shadow was haunted by the memory of Jungkook. Every night he whispered apologies into the darkness, even when no one could hear. His mansion, once a place of pride and power, had become a prison of his own guilt. He had tried everything, following leads, speaking to old contacts, but Jungkook had vanished like a ghost. Each failure burned him. Namjoon and Jin, who had once despised him for what he had done, finally forgave Taeyang. The sincerity of his regret, the endless apologies, and the weight of his suffering softened even the hardest hearts. Even with their forgiveness, Taeyang could not find Jungkook. Every lead ended in silence. Every memory of his husband haunted him, twisting his grief into desperation. And yet, he never gave up, but Jungkook remained elusive, like a ghost who refused to be caught. Jungkook, a gentle, soft-hearted boy raised with deep love by his fathers, Jungkook believes in forever, loyalty, and love without conditions. His innocence becomes his greatest weakness when betrayal shatters his world. Taeyang attended a school program for community support and education. It was a charity initiative, nothing more, yet fate had other plans. Taeyang's eyes, however, were drawn to a small boy in the front row, a quiet child who watched the performances intently. There was something familiar in his face, the sharp, observant eyes, the quiet confidence hiding a gentle soul. Taekook, the teacher called. Come forward. The boy moved with a hesitant smile. When he approached Taehyung during a small activity, Taehyung felt a strange, almost magnetic connection. His heart clenched, an inexplicable bond tugging at him. He knelt to the boy's level. Hi, I'm Taehyung. What's your name? Taekook, the boy replied softly. Taekook, that's an unusual name. The boy giggled. My parents named me that. I like it. Something in his chest shattered. You're amazing on stage, he said, his voice uneven. Taekook smiled, shrugging. Thanks, uncle. The boy's presence tugged at something deep and instinctive in Taeyang. Over the next few weeks, he found reasons to meet him at school programs, tutoring sessions, and art events. Slowly, a bond grew not as father and son, not yet, but as friend and friend. They shared small talks, laughs, and moments that filled the emptiness in Taehyung's heart. Every smile, every innocent glance was a painful reminder of the son he didn't know he had been missing. And then one afternoon, in a park near the school, he saw it. Jungkook, holding Taekook's hand, laughing, alive. His heart stopped. The years of guilt, the endless search, everything collapsed into a single overwhelming moment. Jungkook, Taehyung whispered, voice cracking, heart pounding. He froze. That was Jungkook, his Jungkook, and Taekook, his son. Taehyung didn't approach immediately. He watched from a distance, his emotions a tangle of hope, guilt, and fear. Jungkook had grown taller, stronger, but still carrying the same quiet pain in his eyes. And Taekook's hand never left Jungkook's, an anchor and a shield. He followed Taekook discreetly after school and discovered that Jungkook was living in a small apartment. Jungkook had rebuilt his life in secret, living with Yoongi and his husband Jimin. The two had taken care of Jungkook and Taekook as family, giving them love, stability, and safety after years of trauma. Taehyung hesitated outside the house, unsure if Jungkook would ever forgive him. He rang the bell. A man came out to greet him, a tall, calm figure with gentle eyes. Taehyung recognized him immediately. Min Yoongi, the doctor who had once saved Jungkook, Yoongi also recognized him. Beside him, another man, Jimin, smiled as Taekook ran to him. Jungkook noticed Taehyung immediately and froze. His eyes hardened. What are you doing here? Jungkook asked, stepping in front of Taekook protectively. Taehyung approached cautiously. Jungkook. His voice was hoarse, small, hesitant. Jungkook spun around, eyes sharp and guarded. Don't, don't come near us. Jungkook noticed Taehyung immediately and froze. His eyes hardened. What are you doing here? Jungkook asked, stepping in front of Taekook protectively. Taehyung approached cautiously. Jungkook. His voice was hoarse, small, hesitant. Jungkook spun around, eyes sharp and guarded. Don't, don't come near us. Taehyung's eyes filled with tears. I know I can't undo the past. I know I have no right to ask. But I've found you. I've found him. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you, if you'll let me. Jungkook stepped back, shaking his head. You can't. You, you don't deserve this. You hurt me. After everything, after Jenny, after what you did, how can I trust you? You destroyed everything. Jimin and Yoongi was standing there silent, not interrupting them. They want them to clear misunderstandings, and after that, whatever is Jungkook Deshin, they are with him. Taehyung dropped to his knees, tears streaming. I don't expect forgiveness. I only I only want a chance to make things right. For you, for him. He looked at Taekook, who clung to Jungkook, curious and cautious. For our son. Yoongi stepped forward, placing a hand on Jungkook's shoulder. He's sincere. Let him speak. Let him try. For Taekook's sake. He needs father's love too. The reunion was not instant. It was slow, careful, but over days, as Taehyung showed nothing but patience, honesty, and love, Jungkook began to let the walls crumble. Seeing how Taekook loved Taehyung, seeing how much his father regretted the past, Jungkook realized the truth. Taehyung had suffered too, and his love had never truly died. Namjoon and Jin sat with Jungkook, Taehyung standing silently, waiting. We need to tell you everything, Namjoon said. About Jenny, about Jack, about why Taehyung did what he did. Jungkook's hands trembled. Jungkook's voice was quiet. So he wasn't entirely lying? Taehyung swallowed. I hurt you. I will never forgive myself. But I never wanted to hurt our son. I couldn't see clearly. Jenny, she poisoned everything. I was blind. The weight of the truth softened something in Jungkook's heart, not fully, but just enough to let a crack of forgiveness appear. Jungkook's chest heaved. He looked at Taekook, who clung to his side. For a long moment, silence hung. Then Jungkook slowly approached, tears streaming. Taehyung, I don't know if I can ever forget, he said softly, but for Taekook, for our family, I forgive you. Taehyung's shoulders trembled. He embraced Jungkook, holding him as though letting go would erase all 5 years of pain. Taehyung lowered his head, guilt and sorrow etching his features. I know, and I will spend the rest of my life making up for the pain I caused. I've already lost so much. I can't lose you again. Not now, not ever. Yoongi and Jimin watched quietly, hearts full. Taekook hugged his father, finally understanding the bond he had been missing. For the first time in years, Taehyung smiled. It wasn't relief, it wasn't happiness yet, but it was hope. The family broken, scarred, but alive stood together. And in that moment, the past, the lies, the pain, all began to fade.